there, and welcome to the RB Salzburg versus Liverpool preview. Get your thoughts and comments in the comment section below about who do you think is going to be starting in this game. I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear how we're going to be lining up in this game and how do you think the game's going to go. Obviously, it's pre-season friendly, not to be taken greatly serious, all about getting minutes in those legs and also getting the patterns of play in the right way as well before the Community Shield against Arsenal as well, which is that's going to be a tough test, especially the last time that we played against Arsenal. Absolutely dominated them and we still got beat 2-1. So we're going to want to put that one right. Now we're going to go straight into the starting lineup for this one, and I'm pretty sure I read something online, might have been thisisanfield.com, something like that anyway, that alluded to the fact that Liverpool will go out with a similar sort of lineup, if not the exact same lineup as they did for the first 45 minutes, at least, that we did against Stuttgart. Now, I'm going to go through that lineup from goalkeepers to the forwards anyway. So, Alisson in goal. Nico Williams, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson as the back line. Fabinho, Naby Keita, Curtis Jones in the midfield, and Salah, Firmino, and Mane as your forwards. Now, sounds pretty, straightforward, almost exactly the same as we would see a regular matchday squad as well, obviously with the additions of Curtis Jones and Nico Williams as well. Both players who I feel have been doing very, very well. They're developing very, very well and contributing as well. Curtis Jones getting the assist against Stuttgart as well. And I felt that Nico Williams, while he doesn't have all of the qualities that Trent Alexander-Arnold has, he's his own person, he's his own player. He doesn't need to be exactly like anybody else. He just needs to be Nico Williams. And this very same goes for every one of our players, the young players, the experienced players. They just need to be themselves, and they will do pretty damn well. Now, when we go into what the bench was, and I'm pretty sure it will be the same bench as long as there's no injuries or anything like that anyway. We had Kelleher, Adrian, Nat Phillips, Simicas, Jana Hover, Kumetio, who impressed a lot of people. I think a lot of people were much more like, whoa, that dude's massive, rather than his actual skills, but he as a defender. But he was very, very good as a defender as well. Really caught the eye for a lot of people. Van den Berg caught the eye for the wrong reasons, but I still have full belief in him that give him a bit more time, he will eventually start to grow as a defender. And if not, it's unfortunate. Then you had Milner, Wijnaldum, Marco Grujic, or as the commentator said, Grujic. It's not, it's Grujic, as far as I'm aware. Minamino, Ryan Brewster, and Harvey Elliott as well. People know, if anyone's been watching this channel for any sort of amount of time since we've had Ryan Brewster, he's the young player that I'm really, and I'm behind all of our players 100%, but I really want to see a push made for Brewster into the first, not necessarily the first 11, but the first team, in and around that squad. I really want to see Brewster get a chance. I don't want to see Brewster going out on loan. That's not what I want to see. And I think anyone that sees his qualities in front of goal, go back and watch what he was doing with Swansea, and even go back and watch his movement, watch him alone. His movement in the Stuttgart game was very, very good. It's very out-and-out striker-esque. He wants to be in and around the box, and if the ball is on the wings, he's going to plant himself pretty much in and around that penalty spot area. And it makes him such a danger, as we saw against Stuttgart when he scored his goal. Very, very clinical. People will call them tap-ins, but you know what? Tap-ins and screamers, you know what they get you? One goal. They all count equally the same, no matter how you score them. And I think he's just got such a natural instinct in front of goal. I said it in the review video of the Stuttgart game. I haven't seen that out-and-out striker style since Sturridge, really. In my opinion, anyway, I haven't personally felt I've seen that. Obviously, Suarez, that's a completely different ball game because he was a completely different ball game. But I mean, natural, just striker instincts in and around the box. That's what I would like to say. Not necessarily directly compare him to, but I think that's sort of the vein that he would be in. Now we've got to look at other players as well, and I think that if we're going to look to build a squad, as if we are going into the Community Shield, which there will be a preview of that game coming as well as the week goes on. If we're going to be looking at a bench for that, because I think we've still got a maximum of 7 players on the bench. I think we go back to 3 substitutes, but I'm not entirely sure. So if we're going to build a bench from that, say the starting 11 is exactly what it is on here, like it was for Stuttgart. and you've got Curtis Jones and Nico Williams in there alongside all of the other players. Right, so what you would probably have is Adrian would be on the bench, Tsimikas would be on the bench as well, Gini Wijnaldum, Minamino, Ryan Brewster, so I'm pretty sure that's 5 players, Harvey Elliott, that's 6 players, and then you've got to choose. So it's between the likes of Nat Phillips, Hover, Kumetio, Van den Berg, and I'm pretty sure I might have missed someone else out, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Marko Grujic. Now, out of those, if we're going to pick a 7th, I think... So, who do we go for? Adrian, Tsimikas, Wijnaldum, Minamino, Brewster, Harvey Elliott, that's 6. I would probably go with Kumetio, to be honest with you. I think he's the youngster that has, he's caught the eye. Make no mistake, there's other players in there that could definitely make that 7th position up on the bench. If anyone that is probably more experienced, probably maybe Hover as well. And I'm not opposed to any of these players, whether it's Grujic, whether it's Kumetio, or any of these players, even Kelleher as goalkeeper on the bench, whatever they want to do. I don't know if we've got the option of Karius as well. He is back training with Liverpool, but I'm not entirely sure what is happening there, what the agreement, what the deal is there anyway. But yeah, I think if this is what we're going to be gearing towards, and the rumour is, and I'm not entirely sure if Klopp has actually said it himself, he might have by the time this video comes out tomorrow morning. So, I think he's going to be taking that starting 11 and seeing how far they can go through 290 minutes. And I think it's just basically going to be, it could end up being a bit more like a fitness test, if anything. So, first team players, like your Van Dijks and all that lot, they'll probably get quite a lot of minutes, if not up to the 70th, 75th minute, something like that. If they can go further, he'll push it, I think, anyway, in my opinion. And then, obviously, we're getting prepared for the Community Shield as well. Now, RB Salzburg, obviously, they've had a couple of players that have been taken from them. Obviously, the most notable ones being Erling Haaland to Dortmund and Minamino to Liverpool, obviously. So, I'm pretty sure that Minamino will feature against Salzburg for sure. Now, they're going to still be a dangerous team, in my opinion. A lot of the attacking flow that we saw when we played against them in the Champions League, it came through those two. It came through Minamino and the link-up play between him and Haaland. A lot of the providing of the goals came from Minamino to Haaland, and they were very, very good. But they're still a very creative team. They're still going to create chances. They're going to be much more dangerous, in my opinion, than Stuttgart will be, or were. And I think they're going to actually put a bit more pressure on our back line and our goalkeeper as well, and the midfield. I think they're going to want to try and get themselves up and running pretty quickly, get their passing moves going, the pressing going that they can do as well. And we're going to have to come out and Premier League it. We're going to have to come out almost like it's a Premier League game or a competitive game and give them our best, I think, if we're going to get a positive result out of this. Now, obviously, as I've said before, it's a pre-season friendly. Results really, really, honestly, touch wood, do not matter. Results are not the be-all. You could go out there and smack everybody 5-0 on your pre-season tour, whatever. Doesn't mean that you're going to do it in the season. It's all about getting the system working, flowing again, getting any rust off any of the players and the system itself, shaking those rusty bits off, and getting it back up nice and gelled, oiled, like a well-oiled machine, and getting it back up and running, ready for the Community Shield, and then ready again for nearly 2 weeks later for the Premier League starting as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good game of attacking football between two attacking teams. I think that we should get the upper hand of the game, but I'm really just looking forward to seeing Liverpool play, and hopefully it won't be a flat affair. Hopefully it's going to have quite a lot of energy in it, and we will probably start to see a bit of a shape of a first team and a bench ahead of the Community Shield as well. I think that's what this is pretty much leading into. I don't know if between the Community Shield and the Premier League starting we're going to have any other pre-season games or anything like that, but I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Liverpool versus RB Salzburg. What do you think is going to happen in the game? Who do you think is going to stand out? For me, based on his second half performance against Stuttgart, I'm going to go for Minamino. I think he's going to be the guy that comes out looking really, really sharp. I'm not saying that the first 11 won't look sharp, but I think he's going to come out and he really wants to make an impression. He really wants to get himself involved in that first team and the first 11 selection on a match day. And I think he could do it, to be honest. Other guys like I'm going to be looking out for, obviously, is Brewster, Harvey Elliott. I look out for all the younger guys to see where they are and hopefully whether they can contribute to the first team and the first team squad and everything like that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Who are you looking forward to seeing, and what do you think the result is going to be against RB Salzburg tomorrow? Apparently at 3 o'clock. I don't know. Might be. But hey, we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.